yesterday morning after Dean Escobar's wonderful plans that she explained this morning. And finally, after Beck Beck's awe-inspiring talk this afternoon, I told myself, as our founder, Dr. Manuel's famous expression was, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This was what he said when he knew he was in trouble. Because after listening to all this, I feel like I am the wrong person in the wrong place at the wrong time to try to inspire you with my message. To tell you the truth, the reason I always look forward to attending this alumni homecoming of yours, precisely because they always inspire us and always recharge us. Hearing of your achievements and the recognition received from your peers and your superiors where you work always fills us with an immense sense of pride and reminds us that each and every one of you, after all that is said and done, are what Butuan Doctors College is all about. You are the purpose-driven professionals that our founders envisioned 40 years ago. You are our purpose, you are our commitment, and you are our achievement. I listened to the lecture this afternoon. You heard of our impending crisis that looms ahead in the next 5 to 8 years at Butuan Doctors, as Dr. Therese updated you. If we survive this crisis, and we will, it will be because we know that being able to help produce professionals like you will make it all worthwhile. So please, continue to inspire us and never forget to invite us to your reunions. Because we will come, whether you invite us or not. But before all, I must do my job as President of the Butuan Doctors and CEO of our hospital and give you our updates. There you go. Your hospital medical staff continues to grow. We now have over 100 active and visiting staff, comprising all the specialty and subspecialties in medical practice, almost all. We are particularly proud of some of our departments. Our neuroscience department is composed of 4 neurologists and 2 new neurosurgeons who have established the only stroke unit in our area. Only last week, we saw the first elective surgery on a spinal cord with a tumor in our history. Likewise, our orthopedic surgeons have organized the Butuan Orthopedic Institute, where we now do minimally invasive fracture surgery, spine surgery, arthroscopy, and total knee and hip replacements. One of our ortho surgeons is Dr. Jay Asuncion, is considered to be one of the foremost practitioners of minimally invasive fracture surgery in our country, and has lectured all over the Philippines and lately even in Korea. Surgeons from Manila and other cities come to our hospital to learn the procedures, and the Philippine General Hospital has been sending their orthopedic residents to stay with us as part of their rotation. We now have a pediatric intensivist and have opened a 2-bed pediatric intensive care unit, which is always busy. Our dialysis center has grown from 4 to 9 units. And we have 5 units more for 5 more chairs, but we ran out of space. So we are now doing 3 shifts a day instead of 2, and do 27 treatments a day. From 2, we now have 5 major operating rooms, with plans for 2 more once the space is available. Our imaging department is now completely filmless and digital, with capabilities for directed biopsies and special procedures. All research results can now be accessed via the internet. We now have a 6-bay emergency department, and all minor surgery is done as outpatient procedures. The hospital is completely wired, and all transactions, including all diagnostic reports, billing, and cash billing, are computerized. So as you can see, we are already outgrowing our facility, including the new building which we inaugurated in 2004. We still are officially a 100-bed hospital, but over the last year, our bed census has been in the 90s. Only last May, because of this, we broke ground for a new 4-story building that will be put up and will put us on the way to our goal of becoming a 200-bed hospital in the near future. These are small by your standards here, I am sure, but we shall become the biggest private hospital in the Caraga region, including Compostela Valley and the Ingo area. For those who can remember, we are building the new facility where our parents' home used to be located, right behind the hospital. I convinced the family that building on the same spot where they built their home over 50 years ago, and where we all grew up, would be the best legacy. And they agreed. This will house the initial 50 additional beds, additional doctors' offices, outpatient special facilities, and activity and conference areas. Our hospital staff grows by leaps and bounds. I remember when we only had 2 nursing stations. Remember? First floor nursing station and second floor nursing station. The other area was only the emergency room. You know, we had about a little over a dozen nurses, 1 med tech, 1 rad tech, 1 pharmacist if available, and some midwives and hospital aides. Now we have over 220 employees in 8 nursing stations and many specialty areas. We are also now, I'm glad to report, into the 3rd generation of our family's commitment to our hospital. And our second daughter, Tiara, more fondly known as Doc Candy, is our hospital administrator. I hope to one day be able to have her attend your reunions.
Yes.
To inspire her as you have inspired us. Before I end, let me do something I failed to do yesterday morning during Father Hannah's service. I failed to mention my mother, Victoria, when he was asking for individual petitions from all of us. Ma'am Vicky, as she used to be called, was like all of you, a working mother. Before Butuan Doctors Hospital and before Butuan Doctors College, she was the nurse, the midwife, the pharmacist, and the cashier of Emmanuel Hospital, which you all know preceded Butuan Doctors. She also raised 7 children in between, 6 of whom were all boys. Like my wife, Therese, she always worked in the background, doing whatever was needed. She was an expert at multitasking long before the word became popular. She stayed away from the limelight, but no mistake about it. She was the inspiration, and she was solid rock. And Butuan Doctors College was her baby. And I'm sure all of you will attest to her unfailing commitment to the school, especially during the difficult times. And there were many. She was the last student in our family, studied at Philippine Women's University, receiving her degree of Doctor of Education at an age when most of us would be thinking of retirement, because that was a requirement for the school. So please say a little prayer for her, and may she rest in peace. Father Hannah, who I always mistake for Father Pierce, because I keep on forgetting that he was the good-looking one. Forever young, Dean Escobar. Dr. Fred and Chief Noriega. Very, very close family friends. When they were in Butuan, they were our neighbor, our tennis buddy, and a member of the Mahjong Brigade. Our children, by the way, grew up together. Therese, I would ask you if you remember. Do you remember we were all witness to the birth of our school? Therese and I missed it by a month because we had to leave for the US for my training. But you were all there to witness the birth of the nursing careers of the 14 young and eager graduates of the class of '74. As Dr. Fred said, who would imagine in your wildest dreams that some 40 years later we would all be together again? In a distant and foreign desert. And in a magical place called Las Vegas. To commemorate that same occasion. God is indeed good, and He blessed us.
Yes, yes.
So let us seize the moment and celebrate, enjoy the evening and the company, and give thanks. Las Vegas!
Viva!
Viva!